Well, hey everyone, and happy Sunday. I am pretty sure this video is going to be out on the Sunday. Well, if nothing changes, of course. Right now, for me, it's a Sunday, and it's supposed to come out later today, so I'm hoping that everything goes to plan and nothing gets delayed. So, yeah, well, happy Sunday. But as a lot of you have probably seen the title by now, it is the second part of the Christmas Colonial Lakehouse. And you know, as they say, it's better late than never. I was actually thinking the other day that that should probably be the new motto on my channel because I've said that too many times by now. You know, this build definitely isn't the first or the last one, probably, where I'm gonna be late posting the other parts. I don't know, I suppose it's just hard for me to force myself to get the other parts out, but you know, I'm trying my best. As long as I eventually do it anyways, so yeah, but in this part, I'll be basically furnishing, I think, 2 or 3 rooms. So technically, yeah, these 42 minutes are just me working on 2 rooms. One obviously being the foyer, and I think the other room that I'm gonna do is gonna be the kitchen. And I think I'm also gonna start on the living room. And that's it with this part, but you know what? I guess it's gonna be kind of more like a chill voiceover, so just sit back, relax, I don't know, grab some snacks or something, and I guess we can talk about something, you know, as always. You know, the one thing I really like about this build, is like the entire aesthetic of it. It's very me. I don't know, I don't feel like the suburban houses that I make are that me. This is more me, if that makes any sense. I don't know, this is just, this build really matches my entire aesthetic, and I loved it when I made it, and I mean, I still do, you know, months later. So, I guess the one thing that I really would change now is probably make it a tiny bit bigger, but I guess when I was making it back then, I really didn't have a choice, as I had I had limited space, you know? So, that is exactly why, we don't have that many bedrooms in the house. Okay, but I actually kind of want to drift away from the topic a little bit for now, for just a minute, or maybe, actually, I don't know for how long. I want to talk about distractions for a second, because I don't know if you guys heard, but I got a notification on my watch, and it really distracted me. Like, I've been having so many issues with distractions lately. I do not get it. I really don't get it, but it is such a problem, let me tell you. I can never have my phone on my desk because, while doing any work, because I'll get distracted, and then I'll never get back to whatever I'm doing, or I'll start procrastinating for hours, and it is so bad. Procrastination is literally one of the most annoying things in my life right now. I can't even stress you enough. It is so annoying. And I don't know, like, it's just, am I the only one who has these issues? Like, it's, why do they exist? Why can't I just focus on a single thing? I think I need to, like, probably take a few classes or something on how to manage distractions and stuff. I mean, what I usually do is I just hide my phone in my drawer, but it doesn't always help. And it's annoying. It really is annoying. Or whenever I'm recording something on my computer, I always need to have my Discord closed because I'll just get distracted. Like, I'll want to check or something. And to be honest, I have no idea what is causing this. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. It's probably kind of like oversharing, but whatever. You know, who cares? So I guess if you're struggling with something like this, you're not alone, because kind of same here, you know, stuff like this. But I guess now I can finally get back to the build topic, because, you know, I got that out, you know? I needed to rant for a second. But I guess a little bit more about the interior. I think I based the entire interior of this on this interior design style that I discovered not that long ago. Well, now it's been a while, but, you know, when I was building this, I discovered the style, like, really recently. I think it's called Grand Millennial Decor. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I'm gonna look up, I'm gonna look it up. Grand Millennial Decor, yes. That's exactly what it's called. I guess the style itself is very unique in a way. It's kind of like a spin-off of a traditional style, but there are lots of patterns and colors taken from, like, older styles, you know, something that probably would have been trendy in the 70s. And then to finish off the entire style, there are obviously some modern pieces, some modern elements that complete the space. And I guess that's what I was trying to go for with this house. I mean, not entirely across the entire house. Maybe the dining room was really heavily inspired by the style. Maybe the other rooms not so much. I suppose I tried with the living room, but the living room kind of turned out to be neutral. I think the office kind of has that vibe as well. Maybe a few bathrooms. I feel like the bathrooms definitely have that kind of style. The foyer, I guess with the foyer, I used a lot of, you see the notification again. Is it possible to turn off notifications on Apple Watches? I don't know. I'll need to check once I'm done recording. But yeah, getting back to it, the foyer, I don't know. I guess the foyer we can kind of say that it's kind of inspired by the style as well. I really like that I used the mural in the foyer. I usually never use them. And you know what? It's a shame that I don't, because they're really pretty. But I guess they're just a lot of work to upload all the decals and, you know, but no matter the fact that it's a lot of work, it's worth it. It is worth it. And yeah, I think one thing that also took me forever was the wall trimming. Oh, that took long. Oh, and I remember doing these railings and absolutely losing my mind because you can't really recreate all items in Bloxburg with structurals. What I mean is, like, you know, the what are they called? The banisters? The big banister. You know, it's too small to be created with basic shapes, and that is annoying. That is very annoying. I guess I tried my best. It's not entirely accurate. Wait, what is a... I really don't want to sound stupid, so I'm gonna look up what a banister is to make sure that I said the right thing. Banister? Okay, you see? Wow, look at me, I was so smart. So it is a banister. You know, the more you know, the more you know. You know that meme, the more you know, the more you know. What am I even saying at this point? Okay, but jokes aside, that clearly aren't that funny. I should probably say this, I don't know. I'm gonna give my honest opinion on this build, because we're being honest on this channel, you know? Honesty is key. Do I think making this build a Christmas build was necessary? Absolutely not. I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that. Because the build itself, it looks so much better when it's not decorated for Christmas or when it's not snowy. I feel like I picked the worst time, like the worst season to build this house in, because it looks so much better in summer. I mean, no crap. It's literally a lake house. So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of disappointed in myself for that. Really am. Because it's just like, I could have done it better, you know? I mean, it would have looked better. I didn't even have to do anything. I literally just need to remove the snow and decorations. But I guess it made sense at the time to make it a Christmas build, because, well, it was a Colonial. They didn't really have that build, like a Christmas build to post. So I was like, why not, you know? And now I regret it so much. You know, but I mean, I did like the Christmas tree in the living room. I really did. I also love the Christmas decor this year. I guess it just wasn't the right build for it to be decorated for Christmas. But you know, Christmas is now over. Wait. Speaking of holidays, can you guys believe that Easter is in less than a month? What? It's literally in 3 weeks. What? Sorry, just had a realization. That is weird. I don't know. Honestly, this year, I've lost track of holidays. Don't know if it's just me, but yeah, I definitely have lost track. You know, I mean, to be fair, probably just lost track of time in general. I don't know. Like, I genuinely couldn't tell you what day it is today. Well, the date. You know, I know it's a Sunday, but I have no idea what date it is. I know it's the end of March. That's all I know. But I guess that's all I need to know, you know? But, I remember spending, like, an entire evening on this foyer. Just a single evening. And I somehow didn't get tired of it. One thing that really annoyed me with this build, let me tell you, is the custom floors. Every single time I would reload the plot, it would keep on shifting. And that was literally the most annoying thing in the world because, you know, every single time they would shift, I would have to replace each floor individually to fix it. And that took 2 minutes of my time every single time I loaded in. Was it worth it though? Yeah, because the floors look kind of good. Was it annoying? Also, yes. Literally so annoying. But, you know, it's okay. It is what it is. And I think I'm finally gonna start doing the decals. I remember taking some time, like 30 minutes, uploading the decals as well, you know, but I guess it was kind of worth it. Apparently I didn't like those blue decals, so I ended up replacing them with the faux ones. I honestly have no idea what they're called in the game, but to be fair, does anyone know? Do you guys know what they're called? Do you guys know? Me, because I don't. And to be fair, not bothered enough to know. I just know what they look like, and that's all that matters. No, but actually, this is a question. Like, I'm curious. Does any of you know the names of items in the game? Because I have no idea. Like, I kid you not, I wouldn't be able to name you more than 10 items in the game. Like, I would be able to, but not their actual names. Because I never look at the names. I really never look at names. Well, also, it's kind of used custom stuff, so I never bother looking at the names. Whatever, you understood me, I think, I hope. I hope you did. But yeah, here you can see me finally changing the decals. I wanted to see if they look good or not, and yeah, I think they really made the space. It doesn't look as boring with those murals around, and yeah, I also love the flooring. The checkered tile, that looked so nice. Here you're gonna see me putting it in. But I guess while I'm putting in the decals, I could probably talk about the Colonial style in general. Maybe not the Colonial style, but maybe the style of this house in particular. How it's a lake house. Like, I don't know. When I first saw houses like these, I was like, wait, that's kind of weird. Like, a Colonial, but it's also a lake house. It's not something you see a lot. So I guess I just took the opportunity. I was like, okay, you know, let me make something different. And, you know, I'm kind of glad I chose this kind of style, this kind of approach. I really like how the exterior itself, it kind of gives off the coastal vibe. You know, you can kind of like tell that it's right next to, I don't know, maybe the ocean or the lake. Maybe not the ocean. I don't feel like it's that coastal. It's more like, you know, it gives the vibe that it's near a body of water. Maybe not an ocean, but like a lake, you know, something like that. I guess another thing that I did differently, well, going back to the interior, one thing that I really did differently compared to most of my builds is the fact that I wanted a marble staircase, because I thought that, you know, this build is fancy enough for something like that. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I used it. I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but I think textures matter a lot, and you know, the kind of materials you use for flooring or even other items, they really could portray you the vibe of the house, if that makes any sense. Like, if you're going for something more expensive, you'd obviously go for some more expensive looking materials, such as marble and stuff like this, or maybe wood that looks a bit nicer than usual. So I guess that was what I was going with this build. What I was going for with this build, as you can probably notice, lots of expensive materials on the inside. Maybe on the outside it looks a bit more casual. But I think in just a second we'll be moving on to the kitchen. The kitchen, I don't know. I feel like that's probably one of the least unique parts of the house, to be honest. Again, it doesn't stand out that much. I still like it, but you know, it looks a lot like other kitchens I've made before. So yeah, you're just gonna see that later. Well, probably a couple minutes from now. But I don't know if you guys actually can notice, but I think I caught a cold yesterday, and my voice is starting to literally disappear. Don't know how long it will take for it to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen very soon. I guess going out yesterday was kind of a mistake. My friend and I, we actually just kind of decided to hang out and go out to the city and maybe take pictures or something. So we basically spent like an hour walking around the city center looking for a flower shop because for some reason, why are there no flower shops working on a Saturday? Like there were none. It took us like 4 stores to find one that's actually open. So weird. And let me tell you, the weather yesterday, it was disgusting. But we still decided to go out. That was a mistake. It was so bad yesterday. It was so windy. Like the temperature, it wasn't even that cold. Like it was fine. It was like 10 degrees of Celsius, I think. That's fine. That's a good temperature. At least where I live. That's considered one of like the warmer temperatures, whatever you want to call it. But the winds were so strong and so cold. Yeah, so we spent like an hour walking around the city looking for some flowers to take pictures with, but we eventually found them. But yeah, by the time we did, we were both freezing. And then I also decided to do something very stupid, which I completely regret, so I'm just completely gonna expose myself. Basically, the entire time I was walking on with a coat, but then when we were taking pictures, I decided to take off my coat because I really like my outfit, just not the coat. The coat really didn't match the outfit, you know, when you make an outfit and it's just, there are some parts of it, well, there are some things that you need to wear on top of the outfit. Yeah, so that coat was kind of like the thing that I had to wear because it was kind of, well, it wasn't warm enough to not wear a coat. And I decided to take it off for pictures. And my god, that was such a mistake. That was such a mistake. Because by the time we were finished, I literally couldn't feel my hands. So yeah, so today I think I have a cold. And I'm not having it. I'm not having it, let me tell you. I don't know, being sick is just so annoying. It literally is so annoying. But, you know, it's okay. If I'll be sick, I'll be sick. But, you know, so far I'm holding in. I also kind of want to go for a run today, so that will probably happen. I started going for runs quite recently, actually. I think my first time was like earlier this week. Was it a Wednesday? I think it was a Wednesday. Actually, I was doing my P class because, as a lot of you may know, sports is never my thing. Never was. Not ashamed of it. I suck at football. I suck soccer, whatever you want to call it. I suck at basketball. The only thing I'm decent at is probably volleyball. But even in volleyball, I'm kind of bad. Knowing that and seeing that people were wanting to play basketball, I was like, I'm not having it. So I decided to go out for a run, and I made such a mistake. It wasn't a mistake, it was a good thing that I went out for a run, because I really wanted to for a while, actually. But the thing that I made a mistake on was, I overestimated myself. Let me tell you, I thought I could run more than I actually could. And at first, everything was fine. I was happy that I'm finally going out for a run because obviously when it's winter, you can't really go out for runs unless you go to like the gym. And I don't know, treadmills there. When I run, I really like to see scenery. Like I like to run actually somewhere and literally not run still. Does that make any sense? I think you guys understood what I mean. But yeah, you know, knowing that it's finally warm enough, I was like, okay, let me start doing it again because I actually love running. And yeah, I think the first 2 kilometers were fine. I have no idea what that is in miles, but I can check, of course. We always do conversions on this channel. 2 kilometers, 2 miles. So that's like 1.5. That's like a mile and a half. And then the other 2 kilometers, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting tired, but I was like, you can do this, you know? It's like I was basically trying to convince myself that I could. And I mean, I did it, right? But I was so out of breath when I was taking a break. And I basically ran to this church that's quite far away from my school. And I had to run back. Let me tell you, going back was not necessarily the best thing in the world. You know, I did have to take like a 50-minute break, just to, you know, recharge, get my energy back. And yeah, while running back, I could only run a kilometer. Then I had to walk like for 1.5 kilometers, and then, I think I could run back to my school. It was something like that, but what I was trying to say is that I'm so out of shape. I am so out of shape, and I overestimated myself, and I thought I could run to the church and back, when in reality, I could barely run to the church. I couldn't even go back properly. Like, I needed to make 2 breaks, I think, while running back, when I didn't while going, to the church. So that's just, it's wonderful. So that's why I just need to get back into my shape, because right now we're definitely not there. And you know what? It's okay to be out of shape. It's okay to be out of shape. I'm blaming winter. I guess maybe this might be like motivation for some of you to maybe get back into running if you did do that before. And even if you don't, that's completely okay. I rarely had motivation to work out, so, and well, now I'm slowly starting to gain it back, which is really nice. But yeah, I was talking about, my wonderful Wednesday. A lot of you have probably noticed the fact that I started working on the kitchen. You can also probably hear the sounds in the background. There's someone outside doing something, and it's really, really loud. But no, I'm not gonna let them stop me. Nope, I'm not gonna let them do that. But actually, as you've probably noticed in the speed build, I've done quite a lot already. Right now, I'm working on the island itself. I think my favorite parts about this kitchen definitely have to be the island and the stove. I was actually trying to replicate a specific stove. I think they're called Lakehouse. It's really hard to pronounce for me. I'm so sorry. I'm probably butchering the name. But they're really expensive, but they look so good and so nice. And yeah, I was trying to create in this black color. It's kind of not like, it's not like a black, it's like a dark navy blue in a way. But I hope you can recognize the stove. I guess the interesting part about this kitchen is the layout. It's a bit, yeah, it's kind of unusual in a way. Well, not unusual. I guess I did have some issues with it. Like the stove against the windows. I would much rather have the sink there. But, there was nowhere to put the fridge then. It was confusing. So I just found this layout probably the easiest to do. The color scheme is also something quite really common. I think you'd probably find a lot of kitchens like this in, houses of this style, at least the renovated ones. The color is kind of just beige, like the cabinets are wooden and beige. The countertops are mixed. I think in the island we have the white marble, and the rest are just dark marble, black marble. I really like the look of black marble. I don't know. It's a very unique material, and I really, really like it. Speaking of unique materials, I tried to use as many as possible in this house. For example, the master bathroom. I literally love the way it looks. Especially the marble. Like, it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. But yeah, I think we just finished the main layout of the kitchen, and now we're gonna be moving on to detailing, adding decorations, and then yeah, we're gonna finish this all off with coloring. But okay, another thing that I really like about this island are like the stools. I don't know. I don't really see that many islands like that, and I really like the way they look. I don't know. It looks kind of different. So after all, maybe it is just the color scheme that looks common, but the other details are kind of not that ordinary. I suppose with this kitchen, I was also kind of influenced by the Scandinavian style. I feel like it's a kind of a mix of both. Like Scandinavian, just, traditional American. It's like a mix between American and European kitchens. Because I noticed that there are so many differences between the two. Like, just, you look at a European kitchen, it's a European kitchen. But then when you look at an American one, it's an American one. Am I making sense here? I hope I'm making sense here. So I suppose the one thing I took from European kitchens, or the Scandinavian style in general, are the ovens built into the cabinetry like that, like how it's in the middle. For example, if you were to go to IKEA, I'm sure you'd probably find at least a single kitchen that has that kind of installment. Is that how you say it? Pretty sure that's how you say it. And of course, I don't remember the last time when I used like an exposed fridge. I really like to do built-in fridges now. I don't know, it's just, they look so much better, They really do look much better though. So yeah, So I guess if you're gonna be rebuilding this house, you'll probably, and you'll have that kitchen, you'll know now, you know? You'll be able to have your friends over and be like, hey, did you know that this is kind of like inspired by the Scandinavian style? You know? But oh no, I just realized that a lot of footage from this build was lost apparently. I don't know how I didn't bother to check when I was recording, whether I had enough storage or not, because when I record, I need to constantly free up storage, that way I never run out. You know, like I have my ways to do it, so it's fine. But it's something that I always need to do, and I constantly forget to do it, so. Well, maybe not constantly, but with this build, I definitely forgot how to do it, and that's very clear, because half of the footage isn't even in the video, because, well, it just didn't save. Like, when I record, it's not that it doesn't let me record, it lets me record, but then when it's supposed to save, it just doesn't, because it runs out of storage, and yeah, it sounds like, saving footage failed, and I don't have any footage left. It is literally so painful. So that happened with this build, but okay, honestly, this is a genuine question for those of you who are listening to the voiceover. How many of you are genuinely recreating this house? I mean, probably most of you just stopped working on this as I stopped uploading the other parts, which is completely my bad, but you know, they're finally gonna be coming out one by one, slowly. I actually just want to get back into my posting schedule. I guess the one thing that really keeps me busy, as always, is school. Now that I go to school, it's a bit harder to find some free time. Or I always have this issue where I come back from school and I'm literally so tired to do anything. Like, I don't understand it. It just happens, but I'm constantly tired. And I never have, you know, any power to do anything. I think I've had this issue since, I want to say September, like as soon as school started, and it just never went away, and I thought it would. And I think I even mentioned it in the voiceover. I think it was one of the Sims voiceovers, if I can remember correctly, where he's talking about my tiredness, or just motivation to do anything. It's not that I don't have the motivation, it's just that I literally don't have the energy to get back from school, do homework, and also record a video, but I guess I just kind of need to get used to it. So yeah, I don't know, I just decided I kind of want to get back into YouTube. I really miss doing all of this, and, you know, I miss talking to all of you. And you know what? Speaking of The Sims, why am I really wanting to play it? Like, I've been seeing well, I know why, actually. But the question is, can I? Can I really waste so much time? I mean, or maybe I'd record a build then if I really want to play it. Okay, let me know what you guys would think. This was all probably so confusing to hear for those of you listening, because I literally said something and I finished, like I started a sentence and I finished it in my head. Always happens, but you know, I should probably, so I think I'm motivated to play The Sims again because I've seen so many nice builds on Twitter and everything, and it's just, it all looks so good, and I miss playing The Sims so much. You know, and there are new packs that have come out, for example, the new wedding stories, and the worlds look amazing, and I want to build in those worlds. I just want to build on the world, you know, like in a Sims world, not just the Bloxburg one. Because with the Bloxburg one, you have to come up with your own scenery. It's just so much work. And in the Sims, it already is all given to you, you know, so it's 10 times easier. So yeah, but then, I don't know. Would you guys like a Sims build? Would you? I don't know. Because, yeah, with the Sims, it's really easy to waste time, and, I think I've made a couple Sims builds, but then I got bored of it, and I got back into Bloxburg, so I never got back to it, but now I'm slowly feeling the urge to build in The Sims again. I don't know. I will see. I really think I should probably post these builds first before I get to any Sims 4 builds, but, you know, you may never know. Maybe one day I'll just feel like building in The Sims, and I'll just make a video on it. But would you guys be interested in the Sims 4 build? I know that some of you actually watch my Sims 4 content, which was very nice. So, yeah, let me know what do you think about Sims 4 content. Would you like to see some of it returning? You know, like, maybe making a villa or something. I really want to make a Mediterranean house for some reason. But I'm getting back to the build. As you can see, I was really struggling with the kitchen colors. I honestly didn't know what to do with it. And first I was okay with the mellow texture, but I was like, no, it looks so bland. So I decided to do the wood texture, which kind of helped, although I wasn't completely happy with the color scheme. I guess it just, it was the best option out of the ones that I had. You know, because when I build, I usually have multiple color scheme options, so I test them out, well, in my head. So then I test them out and see which one works. But yeah, color schemes are just, they're tough, you know? They're tough. And it's okay if you struggle with color schemes, because honestly, I struggle with them too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really not excited for some interior color schemes for upcoming builds, but once you figure them out, it's like such a relief. And when I just started out with Bloxburg building, I wish I knew this earlier. Color schemes matter so much. The colors and textures you use, they matter so much, and they change so much. Like just a simple texture, you know, it's just a texture in reality. What is it gonna do? But it literally makes such a huge difference. So when you find the right ones and when you know how to combine them, your builds will look much, much better. And I wish I knew that earlier. I wish I knew that when I just started out building. You know, it was something I definitely learned during my building journey. And yeah, here you can see me coloring this custom plant. I think at first I was unhappy with how many. I don't know. I guess I was supposed to make it look like flowers. Don't know if it really does look like that, but you know, I was satisfied enough. You know, it still looks better than the Bloxburg plants. I said what I said. I'm sorry. It was honest. I hope Froggy and Quaptus aren't watching this. But even if you guys are watching this, don't take it that seriously. I really love the game Bloxburg, and I think most of us probably love Bloxburg. And there are so many different game mechanics that we appreciate and that we value so much. And you know, I prefer Bloxburg over The Sims. You know, just because it's so much easier to build, and I just love the entire concept. So I guess the plants would be one of the probably only things I'd change in the game. Maybe add some more furniture, but you know, we're already slowly getting there. You know, we got the furniture in the last update and it was amazing. I love the furniture. When I was building this build, sadly the furniture wasn't out yet, but I made my custom one. I made my custom furniture, and to be fair, I really like the custom furniture in this build. I think it has to be one of my favorite custom furniture builds, definitely. I wish we could save that custom furniture though. Like I would really want to reuse some of the stuff I made in this house. And I mean, I really still could, but you know, it's annoying to redo them all and just stuff like that, you know. But hey, I think we just finished up with the kitchen, and now it will be time to move on to the living room. I don't think I'll finish the living room in this part, however, I'll finish in the next one. Speaking about the other part, I think it will include the rest of the floor, so you're gonna see me doing the living room, dining, I think even decorating for Christmas, which is probably a very unnecessary part to keep in, but I'll still do it, you know? Maybe you guys will use the footage for your next Christmas build, you know, Christmas of 2022. Even if it's months away, like what? It's not even, like it's 9 months away. I actually don't know. Yeah, I think it's 8 or 9 months away, so that's a long time, but you know, whatever. Whatever. But lastly, I suppose I could talk about my newest speed build and how nice it was for me to see that you guys are really liking it. So far I've seen a lot of support, and it really makes me happy, and I don't know, it just motivates me to continue building on Bloxburg, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Although I don't build as often anymore because, well, life kind of got me busy. You know, I still kind of want to continue, and yeah, it was nice to see that you guys are really liking the build. Of course, it's going to be a long series, like a 9-part series probably. You know, but we're going to get it out eventually. But I'm just really happy that you guys are enjoying it, and yeah, I suppose that's probably going to be it for today. It's not the longest voiceover. I feel like I still need to slowly get used to recording voiceovers again, as I haven't done one in a month, not counting the voiceover of the speed build that I posted a few days ago. So yeah, I still need to kind of get into it, but I promise that I'll be back very, very soon with probably either part 3 of this build or part 2 of the other one. Don't worry, both are going to be posted eventually, and I won't let them just keep hanging, you know? But I guess another thing, if there are certain topics that you'd like me to talk about in voiceovers, feel free to leave them in the description, because I know that there's at least a small portion of you guys that actually listen to all my voiceovers. So, you know, if there's, I don't know, a topic that you'd like me to talk about, you know, maybe something you're interested in, perhaps we will find something that a lot of you are interested in. I could just talk about it in the voiceover. So yeah, if you like, this would probably be really helpful for me and maybe make the videos more interesting for you guys. So yeah, I'll be checking the comments of this video, and yeah, I'll be waiting for your responses, your topics, whatever. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next voiceover, and yeah, bye guys.